guys, welcome back to our channel. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about the Tinder Swindler, the Kenyan edition though. Women who were conned by men in the name of love. So one mentioned that I offered to help the guy buy a car when he sold his. I gave him a 1 million shilling loan that he would pay back. He paid in full. He got my trust. He bought a Forester. A doctor confessed. So, you know about the Tinder Swindler by now. You have probably watched it or planning to. It is pretty much what everyone is talking about. And it is number one trending on YouTube, on Twitter. So, if you haven't, please do and see how character development is served on a global scale, not just within our borders. So, for the majority who have watched this documentary, one thing is left hanging over them when it is over. How can you let a man fool you like this? I wonder. So there was even a Twitter joke that said, "Tinder Swindler will never happen in Nairobi because our Kanairo girls will just ask you, so utadu and keep it moving." They say that the movie would have been 5 minutes long, but boy and girl, are they wrong? There are Kenyan women nursing massive heartaches because they have a similar experience to the girls in Tinder Swindler. So they will probably watch it with tears in their eyes. I think I'm a victim too. Joke. So last year, celebrated doctor went on a Facebook and opened the floodgates with this post. I quote, "Let me start a hashtag me too on stories of men conning women with the woo of romantic relationships." So anyone encourages enough to share the story can post it in the comment section. Otherwise, my DM is open and I can share it anonymously on your behalf. So her comment section turned into a therapy platform for thousands of women who are replying or they're repaying loans and trying to steady their lives after the experience. So we have one doctor who posted a whopping 12,000 loan, and her story has been shared more than 1,000 times. I meant 12 million, and the content is just an eye popping as Cecily, the Norwegian woman who was swindled over 25 million Kenyan shilling by Simon Hayut, who posed as a billionaire on popular dating website called Tinder. So, like this woman who offered to help her architect husband buy a car after he sold his, forking over 1 million in a loan. So she mentioned that I offered to help the guy buy a car when he sold his, gave him 1 million shilling loan that he would pay, which he paid in full, which is good. And after getting a trust, he bought a Forester. She confessed to the doctor. I will not mention her name. I sold my Demio at 430K and sent him the whole amount because I wanted to upgrade. He wanted me to take a loan for 6 million, but we settled at 3 million. Oh my God, which was to add to my Demio money and get me a car for about 1.7 million. The rest was to buy land, she recalled. So, according to this unwilling graduate from the School of Character Development, Alava went to buy a Mercedes Benz with the entire 3 million. Can you imagine that? So let's just say, I'm quoting her, the next thing I saw was the coolest looking Mercedes at my doorstep. He had spent the whole amount. He changed the narrative that I seemed to have really wanted the Mercedes. She had so suffice it to say, both cars were in his name, and he has since stopped paying the loan when we broke up. Sold both Forester and Mercedes, and now has a Hilux. So another woman claimed she had the picture perfect relationship with a man. She mentioned in a Facebook post, I quote, He took me out to expensive places. Before you know it, we are going on vacations, many termed as couple goals. She shared that on Facebook. Another one mentioned about one time he needs to go on a business trip, ask for 200K. What is that amount compared to what I'd get? Then he asked me to sell my car. He'd top up for me to import a German machine. She said, wow. So, long story short, but the short of it is that this man went on to propose, and the date for Rurashio was set. That is the introduction date for Kikuyis in Kenya. So the day of Nyombo, as they call it in Luo, the marriage day, my fiance did not show, not his people, not any other guest. I call yuko mteja. He was offline, out of reach. So I realized I didn't know any family member to contact. My heart, my body. What will happen to all this food? Who will pay for all these people that had helped us? So this was the longest Jamhuri weekend. Jamhuri is a Swahili word meaning independence. I wanted the earth to swallow me as the day came to an end, she narrated. So after standing up on the traditional wedding, the man went an extra step of moving out of the house they had rented in Nairobi, never to be seen again. She mentioned that I came back to Nairobi, my house is clean, caretaker is like, aliamua kuhama bila notice, unajua utalipa rent ya mwezi moja. At that moment, I wished I passed out and woke up from this dream, she added. So according to this doctor, the woman who previously owned a car went to a good job, is now homeless, couch surfing from a friend to friend, hoping her parents will take her back. And the more women confessed online, the more it became apparent that the documentary was just a tip of the iceberg. So somebody mentioned, this doctor continued to say that my situationship was with a doctor, met him online, and after meeting up in person, he asked me to help him set up a tour company which he would take over after returning to Kenya. We agreed he would pay me 30,000 consultancy fee per month, which at the time of terminating my dealings with him was at 540,000, a victim said too. As another lady narrates that he took over the company with his wife, whom he had said is his sister, by the way, during the paperwork, etc. And I'm still trying to get my 180,000 back, though I have maxed out my patience and decided to move on. He's a refined doctor, well spoken, connected, and works for a number of non governmental organizations on consultancy basis. So there are many more harrowing details that you can check on our Facebook page. So this one is just to show you that not only this Norwegian woman who was a victim to this Tinder swindler is a victim or has a story to tell. A lot of women worldwide have been conned, scammed over love, and they're not speaking. So if you have been a victim, please leave a comment at the comment section so that you can connect to us. So I have a story I will tell later though. So this one was just about others. So do well to subscribe so that you will stay tuned, stay connected, so that when I upload my story, I will you will be able to be updated or rather notified by clicking the post notification bell so that you join the family. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up too. Remember, a like is always appreciated. Comment, share your story. If you need to tell me more about your story, you can reach me on the email at the description box so that we can talk and you share your story. They say talking it is like a therapy. If you keep quiet, it will continue chewing you. And so I know there are people who have met the loves of their lives online. So that doesn't mean everyone will be a victim of these con artist men have been using lately. So just be extra careful and use your sixth sense. Don't just believe people naively. Take time, get to know them, know their family, and do a lot of video calls if they are people you've met online. Don't be stupid. Be wise, and you get to keep your heart intact. Don't be heartbroken because of desperately looking for love. Just take precaution, and I wish you all the best.